Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I don't know where to start with this one. So basically, the lovely Shaz, who was Crafted Seasons here on YouTube, set up a bit of a rolling challenge for anybody that would like to take part. And it started off as a New Year's challenge, basically just to get everybody interacting with each other. And there was no posting or anything like that. It was a little something that you could alter. So Shaz started off with an altered boot. And then the next person that was actually taken out of the hat was a lovely Dawn Marie. And Dawn Marie asked that we would alter something in order to help us with our storage. Something in the craft room or, around the house, whatever way you wanted to do it. And I had loads of kind of boxes and jars and kind of things like that. And I said, will I do something like that? So this is kind of one thing I've wanted to make for ages, absolutely ages, and it's a hot glue stand. Now, I know there is plenty of hot glue stands out there. I know Fernley Designs do one. I tried to get my hands on one of those and they were sold out. And, you can buy really expensive ones out there as well that basically just do the do the job of the one that I'm kind of knocked up and put together. So yeah, this is what I've made for the storage solution, because as I say, it's a bit of a trial for me when it comes to the hot glue gun. I'm sure we've all done it. We put it on the table. I know I've done it. It leaves a mark on the table. It leaves glue everywhere and the place to be literally destroyed. But everybody use a hot glue gun, especially crafters. There's always one plugged in somewhere in case we need, just in case for that little bit of a project. So yeah, so I don't know where to start. So basically, the things that I've used are, I had this piece of long foam. So it's in a deep pink colour, and it's actually a desk organiser. Now, I actually forgot to show a picture of this before I did it, which was kind of a bit silly. But basically, underneath this, where I have obviously layered it up, there's like, different little slots, where you put pens and stuff like that. And I actually found this in Tiger. And it was one of those things that I bought quite a while back now. I'd say probably around maybe January. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I thought, I'm not going to really use it as a desk tidy because I know it's going to be something that's kind of, things are going to fall over it and it's going to annoy me after a while. So that's where it all began. So yeah, then I used some cardboard obviously to make my the stand basically for the hot glue gun. I'm getting tongue tied, as you can tell. A picture frame basically, with the glass still in it. Now you can just use the glass if you want, but I decided to use the picture frame as it was. And over here then, this gorgeous tub was ordered for me by the lovely Angie Paisley, and I'd used all the goodies that was inside, and it was just up on my shelf, and I just thought I need to take it down and I need to repurpose it and use it for something. So this was the beautiful lid, and there also was a flower on the top of this, and I'll show you in a second what I did with the flower. So yeah, basically what I did was I covered the front section in paper because this is where all the slots was. Then as I came down, I basically just cut some everyday cardboard. I put it in the shape of like a tent with two little what's the word I'm looking for, braces on either side. And then what I did was, before I actually folded it in half, I cut out a circle. I covered it in my paper, and then obviously, when I folded it back up, then of course we had the brace, the, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm never going to be able to think of it. The little standy bit where your hot glue gun will go. I'm not explaining it very well. And then I added, of course, the photo frame, because when the hot glue obviously goes on to the glass, once it's dry, you can just pick it off, and that's the end of it. And of course, then the top at the end where I've all my glue sticks in. So yeah, this is a bit of an awkward one to show, but if I hold it kind of maybe this way, you'll kind of be able to see what I'm trying to say. So when I turn it to the front, you can see there where I've used Angie's beautiful flower just to give a bit of shabbiness to it. I just thought it was really, really sweet, and I put it on the front. And then all down here, if I tilt this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, all these gorgeous, beautiful white flowers were made by the lovely Karina, and there was little diamantes in each one of them. And I just thought, again, for the shabbiness. And then you can see this is kind of my dip here, sorry, where the hot glue gun goes. And I've just gone around the top and the sides just with a tiny bit of the bobble trim, just to kind of cover up the raw edges. So you can see there what I mean by making it into like a tent shape. Then of course I added my picture frame, and all I did basically was, you know, the bit at the back that helps the picture frame to stand, I just basically took that off. It was just a very cheap kind of not plywood, cardboard little stand in it, so I just snapped that off and just hot glued this down onto the foam. And then you can see here where I have added in Angie's tub, and all the colours just go so pretty together. And I just thought, you know, it was repurposing the tub that the lovely Angie had made for me, a photo frame which everybody has, cardboard again which everybody has when they you know, get swaps and stuff like that. And yeah, basically the only thing that I suppose isn't, well, I suppose this is repurposed, is the bit of foam. But as I say, I don't know why I even bought it. It was just one of those things, I think it was like €1 or something. It was incredibly cheap and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I thought this was perfect. And I'd seen different kind of tutorials on YouTube for different styles of ones. So you had ones made out of cardboard that were covered in fabric. You had ones that were made out of, I saw an awful lot of Dollar Tree ones where people had made them out of project books and stuff like that. But I didn't really want to kind of, I think the whole idea behind it was not to really buy anything. It was something that you had that you were going to, you know, basically redo, give it a new lease of life. And that's what I did. So yeah, I know it's a bit of an awkward one, but I hope you're going to be able to see. And I've explained it okay. I know it's probably a bit mungled, jumbled the way that I kind of, you know, explained it to you, but it's a very simple concept. And as I say, you don't even have to have this foam. You know, this could even just be plain cardboard. And I've just covered in papers and flowers and stuff like that just to make it a bit pretty when it's on my desk. But basically, a bit of plywood, anything at all, your photo frame, even if you don't have that, just the glass, and any tub at all. It can be a removable tub, it can be, you know, a glass jar that you've used, you know, with sauce or something in it, anything at all like that. So then when your hot glue, obviously this isn't plugged in, obviously I don't want to be causing mayhem on the camera, but basically when that stands in like that, if that makes sense, so obviously your hot glue gun is plugged in, and then of course, you know, as the drips, as we all know, it will land on the glass. And then of course when you're finished with the hot glue gun and plugged out, all this will go hard and you can just, you know, scrape it off. So yeah, that's my little repurposed project for the lovely Dawn Marie. And of course it will roll on, so the next person that's picked out of the hat that is taking part in this leg of the challenge, they'll have to decide on the next one. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing what's going to be thrown our direction the next time around. So yeah, I hope you like that idea, ladies. As I say, you can make it out of anything. The world's your oyster and it's just all about your imagination, really. So yeah, I'm going to say goodbye for now, ladies, and I'll talk to you all very soon. So bye for now.